out though.
So if you're wondering why Lala Anthony is trying to have a city girl summer, it's kind of crazy to me. But that video will make sense in a minute if you haven't been following Lala and Carmelo in their tumultuous last couple of years of marriage. The reason why Lala is acting out in that video, all right, and believe me, that was directed to her husband, is because some of the stuff that's been happening in the last month in their marriage. But just to kind of bring you back, if you are not familiar with Lala or Carmelo Anthony, all right, because I can't always assume everybody knows who they are. Lala was a former MTV video VJ, as they call it. And Carmelo Anthony entered into the NBA around 2003. He was drafted into the NBA around 2003 or something. He was one of those guys, just like LeBron, Kevin Garnett, who went from high school directly into the NBA. All right. And so Lala snatched him up immediately. And they started dating shortly after he was drafted. So they started dating in 2004. Okay. When again, Lala was on MTV. Ever since then, Lala had her own reality show on VH1 called Lala's Full Court Life, in which she tried to include Carmelo Anthony. But remember, Carmelo was still freshly new into the NBA. He seems like a low-key kind of guy. And if you've ever watched this show, you would have noticed that he really just did not want to be a part of all of that. Okay, he wasn't into the reality show kind of stuff. He's a very low-key kind of guy. So after dating for several years, they finally got married. They walked down the aisle in 2010. So again, keep that timeline. She got him in 2004 when he was newly drafted. They finally married in 2010. And so they've been together ever since. It's been a while, right? But it hasn't been all peaches and roses and happy times, especially in these last couple of years, okay? Now, the reason why I think Lala was out here talking about she don't give a damn about nobody or F about anybody is because of what's been happening in her life. And I would say the last month. So let's go back. Let's go back, give or take about a month or so. And this was around Father's Day when she made a post, like any wife would. So she made this post on social media. She said, "Happy Father's Day at Carmelo Anthony. Thank you for being an amazing dad and Kyan's hero. He's blessed to have you as his dad. We love you." Now, that post would seem innocuous to most people, right? Here's a wife just showing her love and appreciation for her husband. The problem with that post and the fact that I saw it trending on Father's Day, I was trying to figure out for the life of me, why is it trending? What's the big deal? She's like any other wife that would post it. The problem is that a couple years back, Carmelo was alleged to have had an affair with this woman right here named Mia Burke. She goes by Mia Angel on Instagram. Anyway, he was alleged to have an affair with Mia Burke here, and it produced this little girl on the right. Her name is Genesis. And, you know, it was all over the blogs for a while when it happened, when she was pregnant. And when she gave birth and, you know, she started posting pictures of her daughter, people immediately said that is definitely his daughter. You can see the resemblance between the two. Now, this is around the time where, you know, there was a breakup. If you followed Lala at all, there was definitely something going on between her and Carmelo. Remember, he was with the Knicks and they weren't sure if he was going to stay with the Knicks, and he was moving. Everything was just a mess as far as their personal life and their personal relationship. Whereas, were they together? Were they not together? You know, Lala was spotted without her ring, which led a lot of people to believe that the rumors were true, that he in fact did father this little girl outside of their marriage. And it has pretty much been confirmed by Mia in the middle here, that he is the father of their child, based on some of the stuff. I follow her. I've been following her for a while, but based on some of the stuff that she's been saying on social media about the fact that, you know, the DNA doesn't lie, and the fact that he does in fact take care of the little girl. but financially, but he doesn't see her. He doesn't see her at all. And that's why people were going in on Lala on her Father's Day message, because I was trying to figure out, why is Lala trending? Why are they going in on her? And basically what people felt like was Lala posted this whole thing about him being a great father to Kyan, knowing that he has another child out here with Mia, but he does not see this little girl. He has nothing to do with this little girl. And according to the mom, and you can look at these, they look like twins. According to the mom, Carmelo doesn't want to have anything to do with his little girl. And a lot of people are blaming Lala for their broken relationship. The fact that he will not see this little girl. People were blaming Lala, saying, how can you be married to a man that won't see his daughter? How could you stay with a man that won't see his daughter? I mean, I've seen all kinds of arguments, and they were really going at her. Remember, Lala is the public figure here. Carmelo wasn't really getting that kind of heat because Carmelo is a very low-key fellow, and he's not on social media like that. So naturally, Lala was taking the darts and she was taking the arrows because she's the one that is technically the public figure, the one that's always on Instagram posting pictures of herself. And then, I don't know, something just triggered people and set them off that day when she posted that Father's Day message to Carmelo. All right. Now, I saw all this swirling around, and even though I couldn't make any videos at the time, I saw this swirling around, and I kept thinking to myself, wow, they really coming at this woman pretty hard, but nobody's in her shoes to understand, and nobody's in her shoes to know if it's actually true. Nobody knows if that was Lala's decision or his, but a lot of people felt like even if Carmelo made the decision not to see this girl to save his marriage, as a wife, they felt like even as a woman, a mother, she shouldn't allow Carmelo not to see this little girl, this innocent little girl who had nothing to do with this affair that he went out and had that produced a child, an innocent child. And then, like I said, there was those of us that's like, well, you know what? Who am I to judge that? Unless you're in that predicament, you don't know how you're going to react in that. You don't know if you're going to be like that. But again, this is all speculation. Nobody knows if that was Lala's doing or if that was Lala's condition that if I stay with you, you can't see this little girl. You can't have anything to do with her. All right. We don't know. Me personally, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I could stay with this man after he's done that, because I feel like if I stay with him, I would have to accept everything that came with him, which I think would only be right. But being able to see that little girl and knowing, looking at her face and remembering everything that he did to me, remembering that he laid down and had unprotected sex with another woman would freak me out. And I just don't think I could do it. But again, until you're in those shoes, you don't know what you will do. You can only sit here. And I feel like a lot of people are just judging her on this. And he wasn't really getting any other arrows, and he wasn't getting any other heat until recently. Now, the reason why Carmelo started taking a lot of heat recently, because remember, that's happened a while ago with this baby. That little girl is almost or around 2 years old now. She should be going on 2, somewhere in there. But recently, why Lala is acting out, and I shouldn't call it acting out, but the reason why she really feeling herself, she is having a city girl summer, is because a few weeks ago, around the BET Awards, her birthday was like maybe the end of June. Her birthday was around the end of June. And while she was in LA celebrating with her friends, just trying to enjoy herself, Carmelo was supposedly on this business trip. Okay, he was taking care of business, and I guess he was supposedly taking care of business out in the middle of the ocean on a yacht with a lot of important business people. Okay, so it seems. But what happened is that some really nosy paparazzi was able to capture some pictures of Carmelo Anthony on this yacht with some woman that was clearly not Lala. And that kind of blew up in Carmelo's face, because he was trying to, there he is. He's on the yacht with this woman who clearly is not his wife. And that's where it got crazy. It's because, again, Lala's in LA enjoying her birthday with her friends. You know, he's sending her a birthday message, and you think she would be with her husband at this time, but he is in the middle of the ocean with another woman who clearly isn't his wife. And if you look at the pictures, although you aren't completely 100% sure that this is a woman that he was seeing, just based on the pictures, nobody else seems to be in the picture. And so when these pictures hit the internet, of course, embarrassing his wife, and they went viral, Carmelo Anthony, who again never ever speaks ever, he's very low key, he never takes to social media for anything, for any kind of reason, decided to try to kill these rumors and kill the speculation that he was out here having another affair on his wife. He was trying to kill the story, so he decided he was going to take to social media to just try to kill this story, try to put any kind of speculation to rest. Go ahead and check this out.
Listen, I'm going to address this one time and one time only, and I'm really only addressing it for my family. Keep my family out this, man. I'm over here trying to do my business retreat. I'm over here trying to have a good time. I'm on the boat with some friends. Them people are married, man. They don't got nothing to do with anything. Y'all trying to y'all exposing somebody's wife, y'all exposing somebody's kids, all that. Like, come on. Leave that alone, man. That ain't cool. Now I gotta deal with that. I gotta deal with that with my son. I gotta deal with that with my wife. That ain't cool, man. That's not cool at all. Let them people live. All them blogs that's trying to put that out there, that shit is not cool at all. It's not cool at all. Let that family be their family. They married. Let them people be them people. Man, them people some real discreet people, man. Y'all put them people out there like that. They don't be in the world like that.
So after he tried to clean that up, even though he did not do a good job. Now, before that, he had posted a happy birthday picture to his wife, and she even posted, "Love you too, Mel." Look at the bottom there on the left. Then after everything broke, she deleted her comment. So clearly she felt a type of way about him being seen on this yacht with another woman. Now, nobody knows if they had some kind of arrangement. Nobody knows. My guess is they do not, in fact, have an arrangement, and that it actually did, in fact, hurt Lala. Again, she's in LA celebrating her birthday, thinking all is well, all right, after she took him back, after he had a baby on her, and he is out here in the middle of the ocean thinking nobody would see him, okay, because he was safely in the middle of the ocean, and here he is with a woman claiming that it's a client or it's his business partner's wife, even though nobody came out. I didn't hear about any business partner coming out saying, yes, Carmelo Anthony is right, that's my wife. Nobody came out after that and said, hey, that is my wife. That's my wife. He is not having an affair. Nobody said a word. So clearly we don't believe him, and Lala certainly didn't believe him, which is why at the beginning of this video, you saw Lala saying what she said, because she's feeling a type of way, right? Here she is, like I said, taking her husband back after he just violated her in the worst possible way. And, by having a baby with another woman, and this is how he embarrasses her again. Now, the mom, when all this broke, Mia Burks thought it was really funny, okay? She got a real kiki out of the situation. And when Carmelo was going through it, trying to explain this other woman away, Mia Burke took to her social media to kind of laugh at the whole situation, right? She thought it was really, really funny. She said, Ian's out here explaining how they laid up on a boat with another man's wife, but can't explain why they can't spend time with their daughter. Hashtag explain that. Hashtag P over DNA. Hashtag TMZ ain't shit. And I'm thinking to myself, girls, bye. You the last person that should be laughing at this situation, talking about laid up with another man's wife when you were laid up with another woman's husband. How dare you try to be the moral police and have some kind of, you're indignant about the fact that he's laid up with somebody else's wife when you did that to Lala. You did the same thing, and you got the nerve to be upset because he won't see this little girl. This baby is an innocent bystander in all of this, and unfortunately she got caught up in some mess. But Mia is truly, in my opinion, the reason why this little girl is probably going to grow up fatherless unless Carmelo step up and actually start seeing his child. She chose to lay down with a man who had a wife, and now the consequences of it all is that this baby girl, this innocent girl who had nothing to do with nothing, okay, she can't help who her parents are. This baby girl might end up fatherless, okay, with a man who sends a check but don't want to be involved with her, probably won't see any recitals, probably won't see her graduate from school just because of what the mother and the father decided to do when they laid down together. And again, the ultimate betrayal to me is always going to be on the person that's married. All right. Mia doesn't owe, in my opinion, when the side chick or side husband or a side chick, side man, whatever, they don't necessarily owe the loyalty to the husband or the wife. It is the husband or the wife that is out here cheating that owes the loyalty. But at the same time, Mia can't sit here and act like she did not know that Carmelo had a whole wife. Okay. It is not like Lala is not a public. Lala's everywhere. She's a public figure. And so Mia knew what she was doing. Okay. And now she's upset because this little girl will probably grow up without her father. And so I just don't feel sympathy for Mia when she out here trying to kiki and laugh at the situation at hand. All right. Now, maybe she is feeling some type of way because she may feel and know more than we do that perhaps Lala, again, the rumor is that Lala's condition that for them to stay together is that he cannot have anything to do with the little girl. All right. And that's why I said earlier, Lala was catching a lot of heat because people are putting it on her saying that in order for her to keep Carmelo, all right, she agreed to stay with Carmelo in the condition that he doesn't have anything to do with this little girl. And that's why they were going in on Lala. But again, they don't know. People are just speculating. We don't know any of this. We absolutely are not sure, and we don't know. It could very well be Carmelo that doesn't want to have anything to do with this little girl. This happens every day where a man will make a baby that he didn't want, and he will literally walk away from that child. Okay, it happens every day. It doesn't mean it doesn't matter if it's a celebrity or some dude down the street. It happens all the time. But it will be a shame because this little girl, this precious little girl, really should be able to have her father. Just like Kyan has his dad, he should. But in other news, when Lala made that video, RealChokeNoJoke, got on Instagram, he said, now Lala Anthony don't need an end for anything. You lose them how you got them. Right, Sugar J? Now, if you're wondering who the hell is RealChokeNoJoke, he is in the industry and he knows Lala very well. He feels like Lala's sitting there making all that noise, having a city girl summer when she has done bad things to other people too. He said, Lala saying that she doesn't need an end for anything and that she really don't care about an end pissed me the F off. Lala and her crew came up off Knicks. I hate women that say they don't need a man for anything after he gave you everything, especially a son. You spit in that man's face in public, but you didn't like it when Sugar J literally spit in your face in public in Babalu's at this Will Swiss party back in the day. I'm going to get into what he's talking about in a moment because you may not necessarily understand what he is talking about. He said, what a great message to send your son that he's worthless to a woman. Backstory, Lala was with Suge Sway girl and was sneaking around with Carmelo Anthony, clearly because he was a prospect to become an NBA player. We all knew he may get drafted. Back in the day, Lala and her friends all were after NBA players, and some of them got babies by them. Most of these women were undercover lesbians, as I believe Lala is. I believe her relationships with Kelly, Kim, and others are more than what it appears, especially when she had the VH1 show with my girl Ayana Poe, a former lesbian who worked with me at BET, who now, after all these years, has a man too. I'm sure that they taught her a man is financial, and I'm sorry, financial security with a baby. Do you see how hard Lala goes for great gay pride every year. I was there when Lala was with Sugar J and saw her creeping with Melo to the day she got caught at Babalu, and Sugar and Melo had the fight that got Melo arrested and sued. Sugar J walked in the club and was standing next to Lala. Sugar says, "Hey, baby," and goes to give Lala a kiss, and she moves. He looks puzzled, and she says, "I'm here with my man." Sugar replies, "Your man? I'm your man." Sugar heart breaks right in my face. He walks away to the back of the party. Now Melo is right behind me in VIP, not knowing what they're saying and don't know Sugar. Sugar went and said happy birthday to Swiss, and he came walking back, leaving the party about to cry. And Lala, now standing in the VIP, sees Sugar leaving and feels bad, reaches over and grabs him to apologize, I assume, and he spit in her face. Melo just sees a dude spit in her face, and basically they break up. And so now that you see all that, I'm sorry about this. Now that you understand basically what he is saying here, is that Lala isn't innocent either. Okay, she had a boyfriend, Sugar J, that she was with before she met Carmelo. All right, she was with him before she met Carmelo, and they ended up, well, he didn't even know they were broken up. Lala had her eyes set on Carmelo. She was going to snag her a ball player, and when Sugar J thought they were still together, they at the club, Lala says, "I'm here with my man." Sugar J thought he was the man, and all this stuff ensued. Now, Sugar J getting upset when she went to touch him and said, basically try to apologize, like, "I'm sorry, all this happened." He spits in her face. Carmelo sees that, and naturally, as the man, he steps to Sugar J. They fight. Sugar J sued Carmelo Anthony. I think he got like a couple $100,000 or something like that. He took that, parlayed that, took that, and opened his own business, and I kind of got, the rest is kind of history, so to speak. And so when I am looking at all of this and looking at how it went down, basically what Real Choke No Joke, and if you ever want, like, follow, he's funny. I follow him on Instagram, and he always has like the best stories about the industry, and he kind of be telling a lot of stuff. A lot of people went in on him because they felt like what he was doing was kind of bitchy, the fact that he would put Lala on blast like that. But that's not the first time Lala has been put on blast either. She was actually put on blast years ago, maybe a couple of years back, for messing around with Sugar J again, back in like early 2018 or something like that. So while Carmelo got his problems, it is being speculated that she was still messing with Sugar J, or she went back to messing with Sugar J. And even before that, it was a rumor out here that she was messing with Mano, because Mano's baby mama or something like that put him on blast about having an affair with Lala. Like, and this was just a few years ago, and this was not like before Lala was married to Carmelo. This was like 2015, 2014, somewhere in there. So a lot of people feel like, okay, she's out here looking like this, this distraught wife that got jilted, that got cheated on, that got betrayed. But Real Choke No Joke is trying to remind people that Lala is not innocent here, and that she has some skeletons as well. Okay. And it's a whole mess. So again, that video at the beginning of this video just kind of gave you an idea of why Lala, number one, is acting out. She is acting out because her husband betrayed her again. And that video made another person step up and say, "Wait a minute, Lala. Why are you sitting here pretending that you're this innocent victim of your husband cheating? Let's not forget that you did it to someone else, and you're just getting your karma back because you did this to Sugar J when you got with Carmelo. You literally dumped this man, didn't even tell him that you left him for another man. You dumped him and then got with Carmelo, and now Carmelo has done you wrong, or has probably been doing her wrong for a long time." See, the thing about Carmelo is, not to give him a pass, but Lala literally jumped him right out of high school and right into the NBA. She got on him, and she got on him quick. Now, I ain't mad at her, but the truth of the matter is, he never got a chance to just be single. He never got a chance to just enjoy being single and being fresh in the NBA. Lala snagged him fast.